Welcome back, everybody, to some more live gameplay. Today, what a good start. Today, we are playing a deck that managed to get 5th place at a 670-player tournament by one Making. You can see his name right there. Didn't even mean for that to be up, but it worked out perfectly. Shout out Making. And it's a Gyarados Suicune deck. What is this going to be? It's a dark type with a Darkrai in it. It could be one of a million things. But it has this special guest, Pyukumuku. The channel mascot. Is not really often you ever get to see Pyukumuku do a single thing. So to have him here is pretty cool. Now, the power of Pyukumuku is it is a water basic, which we're going to need to fuel our Gyarados attack. Gyarados does some amount of damage plus more damage. I don't play a lot of Gyarados, so we'll find out here. We're testing the deck live to see how good it is. But I believe you can hit up to 130 damage if you discard all of your bench. So Pyukumuku is going to fuel that. But also, if you need to leave Pyukumuku in the active spot, he is going to do... and in this matchup, man, I don't even know where to begin, right? I'll put a Giant Cape on the Suicune, I guess. And it would make sense to just, like, get an early Suicune going, honestly. I feel like that might be how you want to play this deck, is get Suicune going early and then go into Gyarados to finish the game. Because we can just do super aggressive damage. But Gyarados is going to be able to dish out a lot of damage with its attack. It also discards your bench, so now you can't lose to, like, Cyrus or Sabrina. And Pyukumuku, if he's in the active spot and he gets knocked out, he's going to do 50 damage back to your opponent. So if you ever need to put the guy in the active spot, he's going to do pretty well for you. My backstab has recovered. Brilliant. And, like, the Mantike, man, I mean, I think what I'm going to do next turn is probably just try to cycle through both of the Mantike and hope that I don't lose a point to it. It's a Magnazone deck, so I expect this to be a little bit scary for sure. Well, no, I'm just going to attack with Suicune next turn anyways. I'm going to try to get maximum damage off, two-shot this thing, and then look to deal with the Magnazone with the Gyarados, I think. We actually get the Gyarados, so I would have not minded to attack with Gyarados. Let's find out how much damage this guy even does. 20 plus 40, so he caps out at 104. Yo, I could have knocked his Darkrai out. I would have won the game. Yo, wait, guys are broken. But here we are. I mean, hey, it's not like high odds that I get to... Oh, wait. No. This has to be the play. This has to be the play. Go after the Magnemite. Go after the Magnemite, set up for the Gyarados to win the game. Has to be the play. And we'll drop the Mantike down, too, to just have our bench filled up. Because really, I mean, we're gonna cut through this Darkrai when we get to attack. And this Darkrai is not going to be able to one-shot this Gyarados either. So this is all looking pretty good right now. Very, very aggressive. You start the Mantike in this deck, and oh my gosh, the fact that you can just attack with a Suicune going first on your second turn, very, very aggressive. Very aggressive. Get a Magikarp as well. So I guess if my opponent goes Cyrus on the Mantike, then I can just throw that down. Again, keep the bench filled, because we're going to get through this thing. The Cyrus? Like my opponent forgot to take off the Lightning Energy, but so far, this has not affected our opponent whatsoever. And I'm going to throw the Suicune back up, because there's nothing here that I'm concerned about. Yeah, there's nothing for me to worry about here. Nothing at all. And if my opponent is playing Absol and retreats an Absol and knocks out one of these 30 HP bait, well, hey, maybe we can put Pyukumuku down. Let him shine. I think I would rather bench anything besides the Magikarp. Yeah, I mean, well, let's hit the research first and just see where we're at. Copycat, Gyarados. Okay, well, in that case, we will put that down because we can evolve it next turn. First the Waltz for 60. This might just be a very, very fast game one. Very quick game one. Gyarados comes in and knocks this guy out. We got the Lycian here, as you can see by my just freshly drawn card, because we have a lot of tiny guys, and that just reads plus 80 damage for Gyarados if you're looking for basic Pokemon as well. Just helps you get set up. I mean, you're playing the Mantike and the Manaphy to try to get Energy Excel in as quickly as possible. And with this amount of basic Pokemon, you do have the option to go for, like, multiple Gyarados full power 140 swings. You do have to be very careful when you do it. Right? Your bench Pokemon are an important resource that you can't get back with this list. But, hey, this first game, we're just going to wrap this up so quick. Go ahead and Wild Swing and discard everybody. And there we go. 140 damage from the Gyarados. Super strong. 130 HP on this guy is not, like, it's not bad either, man. You get the giant cape on there. He's living an Altaria attack. He's living quite a bit. This seems like a very fitting song to be playing. All right, well, we're going second against a fire deck. So I think we can do the Manaphy. And I will throw down the Pyukumuku. Will I? No, I'm fine. It's a fire deck. I'm not expecting my hand to get ripped. Okay, it's a Turtonator in the active spot, but I'm not expecting my hand to get ripped. If it does, it is pretty sad. I think off this Alicia, we're not guaranteed to get Magikarp, but by us having both the one Manaphy and Mantike already out of the deck, it's pretty good odds. And I would just rather have the Manaphy in the active spot because this Charmander, he doesn't have it, but I'm not trying to get exploded by the Charmander that does 30 damage on my Mantike. We get a Magikarp, cool. All right, and a Manaphy. So I think we go Magikarp, Suicune, and else. Honestly, just for like the swag of it, I think Pyukumuku's still here. Like, we're probably just gonna go in with You know what? Maybe I don't like this. Because if this is Megazard, what I'm really not gonna want is to go for the Suicune into Gyarados play. What I really want is... Well, this is good, too. My Manaphy doesn't get knocked out here. And how much do I take going back into my turn? Only 20? Yeah, that's like, to me. That's really nothing to me. Or... maybe we just do another, like, early Sabrina play and go after one of these other guys. I think that's good. I think that's good. Getting rid of my opponent's ability to go, like, Charmeleon onto another one at any point in the game. There's the Gyarados, too. All right, so we are, like, fully set up. But what I was getting at is it might have been better to go, like, Gyarados, and then a Suicune for the end of the game. But this is just sort of how the cards have come to us. Can't really expect to do Gyarados if I don't have a Magikarp or the second Gyarados in my hand. I think we're fine to just attack with Sweet. Next. Or I could do Gyarados and discard... I could do Gyarados and discard this one Manaphy. And try to clear the bench space up for the other guy. For the other Magikarp. Because what I could always do is I could go Gyarados... I'm afraid of that Megazard, man. That Megazard is going to be a problem. But maybe I can just do that same play and retreat. Oh, I don't know. I do want to see more cards, though. We're not really, like, getting far. And, again, if I had, like, a Magikarp in hand, I would be thinking a lot less about this. But I just don't. I don't. Well, we might just retreat this Suicune next turn and get it off the bench. I don't think I have to worry about a Megazard clearing me. I mean, I could. It could happen, but, I mean, my opponent's going to need double Flame Patch plus Charizard for that to happen. His hand's getting a bit bigger, and we don't play any form of hand disruption here, so... it is what it is. Alright, there's the Megazard. We have no way to access it now. I guess I could have waited on the Sabrina, too, just taking the knockout on the Turtonator and then Sabrina it up the next turn. I think that might have been the better play. Now that I'm looking at it, I think that would have been the better play. Because, like, there was... well, I mean, still the double Flame Patch thing would have made us lose, but I'm not expecting that to really happen immediately. And Suicune doesn't even take a knockout here, so I do have to go Gyarados. I can't just, like, keep giving my opponent time. Not gonna work out for us. And I guess a Rocky Helmet down. I think I'm gonna hold on the Pokeball. I do really want to... a Magikarp here. So Suicune goes, Manaphy goes, and that's more than enough damage to knock this out. Alright, well, we just gotta dodge double Flame Patch. If we dodge double Flame Patch, I'm feeling really good. And that is, like, so low odds for our opponent. I mean, for there not to be one of those Flame Patches stuck in the bottom 8 cards. Oh, but I guess I always forget that, because I don't play against Mega Charizard enough, but I forget that this guy just does 50 damage. He's going to take 70 damage going back. I'm going to put the Pyukumuku in the active spot, and he's going to take 100 damage on that next attack, bro. Yeah, no, we're actually going to... this Mega Charizard is going to be so weak by the time something is attacking into it. He's going to be real low on HP. We might just be good here. Yeah, all right, no Flame Patches to speak. And we get to Copycat. All right, so I think this is just a, like, bench everything we have. And it's a Magikarp. Yeah, all right. So it's Magikarp. It's Manaphy. It's Copycat. Go get 5. And I definitely don't swing for the full amount here. I drop an energy there, and I go Pokeball. In and out. I don't even know if I have another basic left. I do. I had 1 Mantike. And we're going to Wild Swing. And goodbye, Pukamuku. You served us well. Throw down 120 damage onto him. I mean, I could have put him in a spot where he couldn't, but I would just lose the game. So, no, we're not doing that. Never mind, we're not doing that. Not the play, not the play. Lily's fine. Because it's not a Mars. Flame Patch. Alright, so Mega Charizard's going to be swinging, but we have the Mega Gyarados follow-up right here. This guy's going to take 70 damage. Going to have, like, nothing. I think I would need 1 basic Pokemon in order to knock this thing out. What is he going down to? 90? Would I need 1 basic, or would I have needed 1? I would have needed 2, no matter what, but we have all of them in our hand. Throw up the Magikarp, evolve, and slam the bench down and nuke this thing. Being able to go 1 point, 1 point, 2 point with the deck potentially is very, very strong. Very strong. Second Mantike, and we don't need to. We don't need to let him know we're best. All right, yeah. There's a concession. Cool. Takes down Mega Charizard. Now, this is some math I don't... Oh. Forget this Magnemite does 30 damage. It's too strong, man. But it's okay. We can probably get, like, some attacker off this next turn. And on that, like... Do I Leafeon or do I Pokeball first? I mean, I would love a Magikarp. That's what I kind of want to see early on here. That's why I want to see. My opponent just did that wrong. He could have very easily missed. But if I Pokeball, there's like... I guess we Leafeon to try to get out the bad cards and then Pokeball. Right? Because it's like, if I get a Suicune or a Magikarp, I'm happy here. Okay. Alright, we found Magikarp, so that's good. Alright, well, in this case, we're just going to load our bench up. No reason not to. But sadly, our opponent doesn't need to evolve this one. He's totally free to just evolve the benched one and get that Magnazone ready to go. And then I don't have much of a follow-up after that. Maybe he misses Magneton. It's not impossible. He didn't play Clement. Giant Cape. Don't care. Don't really care. Even if he evolves, I can still knock it out. Yeah, okay. We're still good here. We are going to lose 2 bench Pokemon to do it, but, you know, kind of what I got to do. I'm going to put Mantike up in the active spot first, because it's free retreat, and it's always wise to do that. We got our own Giant Cape, which is fine. I mean, we're not really going anywhere after this. Don't have much, but neither does our opponent. Let's go Gyarados, and like I just feel, I feel fine enough just taking this knockout. Opponent can't really attack next turn. That next Magnemite I can just knock out with one bench Pokemon if I can find it. What if I haven't played anything? Cool. All right, just Wild Swing. Doing a little bit overkill, but gotta do it to knock out the Magnemite. From here, it's just like find basics, I win. I've got 3 draw supporters in the deck. Even basic Pokemon, like, kind of cool here. I couldn't knock out the Oricorio still. Meanwhile, my opponent is just putting through his deck. And I think the more important threat is the Magnemite. Still no Magneton. Basic? Dang. Alright, so that guy gets to live. I think the... Suicune in a helmet. Whatever. Fine. I don't think we're going to be getting rid of the Suicune. I think I'd prefer a Rocky Helmet. My opponent didn't attach to the Oricorio. A Giant Cape is going to block 2 Oricorio attacks for the Gyarados. Rocky Helmet is going to mean I can maybe follow up, knock out the Magnazone. Well, the nice thing here still is that I can... We're not benching. We're not getting rid of anything. I can still knock out this Magnemite next turn if I just find a basic off the top of my deck. I don't know, like, where I'm at. I've used 3, 4, 5. I have 9 left. I have 4 basics, 2 Pokeballs. There's only 1 card on my deck that isn't a Pokeball, right? And it's a... No, there's 2 cards. There's Research and something else. All right, my opponent hits the Sabrina. I don't really care about that. I'm happy to just retreat this Suicune, honestly. I'm fine to lose the energy off of it. Yeah, I'm totally fine to lose the energy off of it. And then just discard it. Discard fodder, knock out the Oricorio. Alright, second Suicune. Alright, so we would have had it against the Magna whatever. Our opponent is just not finding his guy. Alright, let's go retreat. And I doubt my opponent's playing double Magna whatever. Magna Freak. Or sorry, double Sabrina. And I'm just going to throw the Giant Cape down to get it out of the hand. We're in Mars territory. I don't know if my opponent can be playing Mars, considering he does have Sabrina and Elemental Switch. And boom, my opponent did effectively nothing that turn. Didn't really set me back. I get to discard this Suicune. There's no more Cyrus target on board. It's looking fine here. I can knock out either of these Pokemon with just another basic off the top of the deck. And I have quite a few cards that will help me get there. Copycat for 2. You hate to see it. We've also done a very good job at limiting our hand this game. We've kept our hand very, very small all game. So if our opponent was holding that Copycat for a while, just had no... Like, there was no value to be gained off it. He would be going from 4 cards down to 3 or whatever. Another basic? That is not it. That is unfortunately not it. This is going to get a bit tricky. Going to get a bit tricky. Green on the Oricorio doesn't make too much. 10 damage short. I don't want to waste that Sabrina until I know it's going to get me a knockout. Getting scary now. This is getting scary. I almost wonder if the play would have been to just... No, it couldn't have been, because it's the act of sweet place and I lose. Well... We'll do 20, and he'll take another 20 from the Rocky Helmet. What seems like a sure-up game is now getting very frightening for us. Opponent's going to need a Magnazone, but, I mean, his deck is... I feel like it's almost due to him that he finds a Magnazone here. Yep, there it is. Okay, doesn't knock out our Gyarados in one hit, so that's nice. Never writes his play. Right, okay, Pokeball. Cool. Kind of want this to be the magic card. It is the magic card. All right. So here we'll just attempt to do 20 more damage, I guess. We don't get to? Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because, like, from here, it's almost impossible for me to not find what I need. Sure, that's fine. I mean, the win con is still Sabrina onto the Oricorio. That's still how I'm looking at winning this game. We're going to get to evolve into Gyarados. 3 out of 4 of our cards are 1 more basic, and if not, then it's a research to find us the rest of the basics we need. Yeah, that's fine. I could even just go up with Suicune and swing on this thing for a bunch of damage and then retreat it into the Gyarados next turn. Like, it's not like he has any way to one-shot this thing. Goes into Oricorio, I pivot into Gyarados, I win. That's probably the safest play. is just going to Suicune. Yeah, I know I have like majority chance 2 out of 3 to just find another basic, but realistically, this doesn't really lose me anything either. Patch here. Yeah, now I just get to do 60 and then... I guess the only way this loses me the game is if my opponent's playing double Sabrina. That's kind of it. If he's playing double Sabrina, I'm in a lot of danger because then I have to promote my Gyarados and I have to coin flip. But this deck playing double Sabrina, like, that should not even be a thought that ever enters. Where's that? That thought doesn't even enter my consciousness. Marty Supreme. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Opponent conceded. Okay, we got there. We got there. I probably could have just sent the Gyarados up and been equally as fine. No, because if I miss the basic on that turn, then my Gyarados is confused in the active spot, and I can't retreat it. So I still think that was the correct play. Send up the Suicune. Is safest option possible. Going second with the Mantycacin. It's a dark deck, so probably something like Chingling related. Guzzlord. In a minute, brother. Nice to get the first, couple energy drops down here. Like, try to stack up. That makes it a little less nice for me. Definitely gonna rip this cup. Are we gonna lose the Gyarados? If I can attach to the Magikarp, I can Ape on Gyarados might be like... What can do 30 damage on them? Really anything, but this can stop like me from getting knocked out by Rocky Helmet plus Guzzlord, or it'd probably more likely be Barb, which case it wouldn't affect anything. So I'm gonna say Giant Cape here, Rocky Helmet here, and I'd like, dude, I just feel like I can't not Copycat for 5, right? It feels necessary. Copycatting for 5, getting +4 cards, losing the Gyarados, but I could draw into like Suicunes as well. Hopefully I just scammed myself. Oh my gosh, did I ever just scam myself? Okay, so that was like worst case scenario. Absolute worst case scenario. Didn't get one of our 4 attackers, but I mean, the Gyarados isn't doing a whole lot without a full bench. Heavy Helmet. Okay. Sure. Well, we do have some time, right? Our Mantyke, anything's happening to the guy. Dude, I probably just want the Suicune to start hitting into this thing. Gyarados. We're gonna want Suicune down. Does it make sense to just go... I have a couple. That's losing energy. So it might be better to just take a turn and build up our energy. Guzzlord does have that nasty little effect. And with the heavy helmet on, I'm like not so worried. The Mantyke can just eat the 30 damage and it won't affect me in any way. And like the way we probably win this is by knocking out this Guzzlord and then going Sabrina on the Celesteela. I don't want to do that too early because then my opponent might just be able to pivot between Guzzlord. Well, he's taking -20. If I can hit him for 80 this turn. I don't feel like playing any cards out of my deck right now. I have like everything I need in hand. Punch him for 80. We have 4 energy on the Gyarados. Like, we're feeling pretty good. I can knock this guy out with a 3 discard. Even if he... Yeah, because I was about to say, I'm going to assume he's going to heal. But because of our Rocky Helmet. long as we don't get, like, Omega scammed. We will have to discard our entire bench. But I'm not too worried about that if my opponent, like, my opponent doesn't have a Guzzlord set up on the bench. Ideally for him, I think it would have been bench a Guzzlord, attach one end, and lose. You're allowed 2. I'll give you 2, that's fine. But if you start at 3, even 3 is fine. You just can't be 4. It just can't be 4. Okay, we're good. So I think the Suicune's gonna go now. I mean, how can I not just aggressively take this knockout? In what world can I resist that? Yeah. Get the rest of our useless guys. Rid of a Manaphy and a Mansight. And then I will just throw this extra energy on here, because, I mean, everyone else is going on the bench. The reason I use Alicia over Pokeball there is because if the Pokeball found me Suicune, then I guess wasn't, like, high odds. Because I guess now I'm pretty afraid of, like, a Mars. A Mars would be very detrimental to us, and Alicia was a good... Oh, I can just lose off of this coin flip. I didn't even consider that. I didn't even consider that. If my opponent flips heads, I lose. Tails? Okay. Holy bailed out, bro. I forgot this thing attacks. When was the last time you saw a Celesteela, dude? Oh my god, I forgot that thing attacks. Oh my god. I don't even know how else I could have played that, to be honest. Like, I could have gone... No, because if I went slow with Gyarados, then it just gets knocked out the next turn. I don't knock it out. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I hit for 140, minus 20. I don't know if there was another thing I could have done there. I don't know. Thrown up Suicune and just did a little bit more chipped it, but I couldn't... Oh, I would have had to play the whole game differently, bro. I just completely blanked on that thing doing 100 damage. My bad. Still got there. That's going to be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe, like the video on your way out. I'll see you on the next one.